So welcome. Thank you for meeting with us. My name is Erblin, and
my name is Erin.
And we're gonna just ask a few questions about your experience as refugees from the refugee camp, coming from the refugee camp to coming to the United States.
And so, where do you consider that you're from?
I'm Congolese. I've been in Uganda for 7 years.
And is Uganda the refugee camp was in Uganda?
I was actually in the city, not in the refugee camp.
Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes being in the refugee camp is more hard than being in the city.
But originally, you guys came from Congo.
Yes.
And then you moved to Uganda.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can you tell us a little bit about what your lives were like before you had to flee Congo?
My mom was a businesswoman.
Nikwambie nilikuwa nauzisha vitu kisha bakatwata kabia vile saa mavita.
Like in Congo where we stayed mostly in South Kivu, and there are more rebels, and then they come and attack schools. Like from where I started, we were attacked. Like I was in P5, and they were attacked by rebels and with the shootouts. So we had to run. That's how I ran. And before I ran, like my mom, we didn't meet up with my mom. I ran with my auntie. I would stay together. That's how we flew. That's how I got to run away from Congo. Then I went to a part called Ruchuru.
Ruchuru?
Yeah.
Is that in
Congo? In North Kivu.
North Kivu. Yeah. Is that still in Congo?
Still in Congo. I spent there 1 year. Then we where we were staying, we were staying 2 people, but we were staying in someone's house. So the person had a farm of cows, so we were staying there. Selling milk, and then we had someone who used to sell clothes, because mostly in Uganda, people who go from Congo to Uganda, they sell clothes.
Okay. So they sell clothes.
Some people. Buy clothes from Uganda and sell them to Congo. So we had someone from that side who said, I saw your mom on TV.
Okay.
So when she said, I saw your mom on TV, we started saving money, and that's how we went to Uganda. So when we went to Uganda, we met up with Congolese Refugee representative, and then we started staying in church, and then that's when we came to meet with my mom.
Okay.
Wow, so you were separated for over a year?
Over a year and a half.
A year and a half. Okay.
And why was your mom on TV? They just happened to see her?
No, they were doing some refugee awareness project, and then it was on 8th March.
Oh wow.
I think they were representing women refugee. The Women Refugee Project. 8th March.
March 8th. Yeah. It's in Albania. It's the same.
Yeah, International Women's Day.
Yeah.
That's when she got to be on TV.
Wow. Because she was in Uganda then?
Okay. And then they said that why they left. But
so you fled the country because of the rebels attacking.
Because of the insecurities.
Yeah.
But do you remember how was crossing the border? Was it hard? You said you left with your auntie, but
what I remember is I was really young, and then the most something which was hard for us is that we never had papers. So crossing the border, that papers. It was a long story.
So papers no passports.
No passport, no nothing.
So you had to flee. You had to cross the border, without. Trying not to be seen by the police.
Some days, there's some market days.
Yeah.
So people usually pass. It's easier because they think people are going to buy some stuff. That's how we happen to use that opportunity.
Okay,
What was the experience like for you for the crossing?
Same experience with frontier.
Ilikuwa tu la même chose, ile tu siku masasi liliaka, mimi nilikuwa kunyumba, nyinyi mkakimbia kwa masomo na mimi nikakimbilia ngabia huko. Ile ndio bambie kwanza.
Like when the shootout came out, I was at
Nilikuwa
school.
nyumba. Nilikuwa
I was
kunyumba.
at school and she was at home. That's how we got to this. Like that's how we lost each other.
You guys separated?
The same day.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Me, I take my way. Na Boba akakamata kwa njia.
And we had
Like,
to
it
spend
was
some
like
time
that.
in the shul without me seeing
Yeah.
my mom.
And you didn't know where she was?
We didn't know.
Wow.
At that time, the only thing we had to do is to survive.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So do you know anybody else who fled the country and didn't end up at a refugee camp?
What I remember is when we ran out from school, we were a group of people, a group of kids. We were many, and at that time, I mean, like, you know, our mind, we didn't even care to look back because it was a shootout, and then many people were dying, and then, I mean, you know, like the rebels were, I mean, I don't know how I can bring it out. I mean,
no, it's fine.
Like, because you know, in South Kivu and North Kivu, like you have too many forests around.
Yeah.
The rainforest.
Rainforest.
So at that time, I mean, it was like survival for the fittest. If you remain behind, if you look behind, you're gone. Because I mean, the rebels, they didn't have like, you know, like. They didn't. I don't think they even came to look for something, or maybe get the headmaster, or they just came to make trouble.
Yeah.
To make trouble and get everybody.
And you said you were P5. What age were you?
I think I was, let me see, 12, 11, maybe 12, 13. Yeah.
So you mentioned that you didn't stay in a refugee camp. Why so?
Because when we came to Uganda, our mom wasn't staying in the refugee camp.
Your mom was or was not?
Was not staying in the refugee camp. And then in the refugee camp, the only way to survive was maybe to do farming. And my mom, before she came to Uganda, she was good at tailoring and baking. So she has never lived the life of farming. So it would be very, very difficult for her. Because if let's say in Congo or in most especially in Africa, if you're farming, it's very cheap, and then they'll tell you like they can tell you like this whole place, it will be equivalent, let's say, to maybe $2.
Yeah, the whole place.
Let's say this place, let's say $2 to $5. So it's very cheap, and then it's very tiresome. And then she had some little bit of sickness, so she couldn't do that. Since she was aware, she knew some tailoring and baking. The only way to do was get a machine and then start tailoring.
And that's how you guys made it out of the refugee camp.
That's how we survived in Kampala. And I got a chance because I was playing basketball, and I got a scholarship in high school.
Okay.
To study on basketball.
So, because you were playing basketball, that's how you ended up.
I ended up finishing up my high school.
In Uganda. Okay. But do you remember what the living conditions were like?
In Uganda.
In Uganda, and yeah, because you didn't stay at the refugee camp because it was very hard apparently.
And then still in the city it is very hard. Why? Because in the city there's nothing you get from the UNHCR. There's no food, there's no rent, there's no anything.
From UNHCR they don't give.
They only give maybe medicine. And the medicine we don't consider it so much because government hospitals in Uganda are free. Okay. And then despite the fact that they are free, they have like the medicine they have is maybe medicine for headache, malaria, other big
like
medicines.
Small ones, yeah.
You have to buy them for yourself.
And that's very expensive.
Okay. So you have to pay your rent, and then food, and then it's very, very hard. And then in Uganda there are no jobs. My mom finished university, but in Uganda there are no jobs. Even people who are finished university have no jobs in Uganda. Most of them work as bus drivers, Yeah.
Waiters.
Waiter, and it's even hard to even get to even be a waiter, because in Africa it's all about connections. If your dad has a restaurant, the cousins, they work there.
Yeah. I know what you mean. It's the same in Albania. You know, not to that extent, but it's the same. Like,
and
it's only
the
the
same thing with
connections.
government. If your dad is a minister, they'll work, no matter if they have paper or not, they'll work there.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So you didn't receive any help from the UNHCR with like food or anything like that?
But what about other refugees? Did they receive anything, or was it only you guys that, since your mom was able to do other things?
I think refugees in Kampala don't get things. They don't get
nothing.
Pasa ku camp.
Maybe in the camp.
In the camp they do,
Yeah.
maybe.
And in the camp still, it's not like
Small.
it's not like
Yeah.
100%. I think they give, is it 7 kilos
Maragi.
of rice? They just give some.
Small.
Yeah, very
Small portion.
Not enough to survive.
You can eat it even like 1 or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And that's it. And that was for the whole month. Really? Yeah. But the refugee camp was in Kampala, you said?
I think there are like 4 refugee camps. Maybe there's one in the western side of Uganda. There are like 2 camps, and then in the north, in the northeastern, like 1 camp. So I think there are 3, maybe.
Okay. Do you remember if there was any discrimination from the local population?
Yeah.
Too much.
Discrimination towards you guys?
Too much.
Really?
Yeah.
Too much.
Like toward, like what? Like they don't give you jobs, or they?
Most especially, like, okay, let me give you a simplest way to explain it.
Yeah.
Most especially East African countries, including Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya.
Yeah.
If you are a foreigner, they think you have too much money. Why? Because they believe if you move out from your country, you have money to sustain you.
Yeah.
They don't understand that if someone moves out to another
There's
country,
other reasons.
it's starting a new life.
Yeah.
And starting a new life is hard.
Yeah.
So when you're staying in a house, they charge you high.
Oh.
If maybe a Ghana was staying in that house, if it's $100, and then
for you guys,
for you to be like 150.
Okay.
If you go buy something in the shop, if it's, let's say, $1, they'll tell you $2 or $3. I mean, it's too much discrimination in the people. Like, so even at school. When I was at school, I knew the local language of Uganda, but I never used to speak it. When someone asked me to speak, I said no. Why? Because I want to be able to know this is my friend, this is my enemy. To know, okay, I didn't hate them back, but at least I knew who I can speak to. Because I know this one doesn't like me. So I knew how
That's very smart.
to work with them. Because I didn't hate them, but at least I knew this is how I have to speak to everyone.
Yeah. That's
There's
very
too
smart.
much discrimination in Uganda. Too much. You'll be in a bus, and then you speak Swahili, and someone is saying ill about you, and what do you have to do? The policeman, if they catch you at night at 7 p.m.
Was the curfew at 7? 7 p.m. was the.
It's a little bit dark.
Yeah.
If they catch you at 7 p.m., they don't care about you showing them your ID.
Yeah.
They want you to give them some money.
So lots of corruption as well.
So they know you have money. You came to Uganda. They don't know if you came to Uganda, it's a new life.
Okay.
They don't know.
But they don't know that you guys are refugees.
They know, but I don't think they know who. I don't even think they know the definition of being a refugee.
Okay. Makes sense.
I was at school and people used to be like, "You're here on scholarship, studying for free in our country."
Yeah, which means they think that means you have lots of money.
They don't even know because okay, like being a refugee, it's not about we don't want to work in public offices of the country, but at least we need to find a way to survive. I mean, they teach some courses around, but then getting a job is very hard. And the society discriminates you. I mean, if you're short-tempered, it's very hard to live there.
Do you want to ask?
Sure. So what was the process then? Like, how did you decide to apply for resettlement in another country?
How did we decide?
Or how did that process work?
Yeah.
Like, what made you decide to apply for resettlement?
asema kitu tumatu tunadeside tunani tuaplika ku resettlement.
Sasa tu mtu anafika Uganda wao likimia fujo. So anafika Uganda banakubeba kwa polisi. Banakubeba kwa polisi ndio mnaendaka. Ku polisi wanatupatia kadi kizi mnaenda ku OPM.
Most especially like in Uganda when you go to refugee and then you get asylum seeking, you seek for asylum, then they give you a refugee ID. So it's not like every refugee who is there is going to be helped to move.
Right.
Yeah, but everybody has the ID though.
Everybody has the ID to be there. And even the people who work there are corrupt. So I mean, at some point, I don't know. Is it life? And my mom was very, very sick, her conditions, and then I don't know how I can explain it, but
yeah.
Na ndio bakatumaka ifo batusaidie nikie kujuba nitunzi.
My mom basically came here because I mean, like as I said, like the medicine part of the UNHCR doesn't help too much when people are sick. So for them, in order to, if they see you're still sick and then maybe you I mean your medical condition ain't good, that's when they send you for a settlement.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when the situation is not good, then that's when they send you?
Yeah.
Or?
So you basically, in your case, you feel like you were settled because of your medical condition.
Mimi nilikuwa na problem ya kumugongo.
She had the back and a tumbo and the stomach.
Oh, a tumor.
Because she was raped 2 times.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And because of that, that's how you were able to get
the resettlement.
The resettlement. And did you apply to the United States or did you apply somewhere else?
The way they do it, I mean, I think they read through cases.
Yeah, through cases.
And then they see the most emergency cases, right?
Yeah.
Then that's how they go.
Yeah.
They call you for interview. Then.
So you didn't have a preference in where you ended up. You were just randomly assigned to the U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we just wanted to to be able to start a new life.
Yeah.
Away from discrimination, away from.
Yeah, and to get some help for you too.
Did you know people who did not do this, for example, who ended up just staying in Uganda?
Yes, there are some people who are still in Uganda up to now.
Up to now.
So many people.
Still.
And I know some people who never even got the chance to go to school because they can't afford fees, and their kids aren't good in sports.
So they just stay there and do nothing. Work on farms. Work on farms.
Farms are only in the village.
But if you're in the city, there's not much you can do.
So, how long did that whole process take of being resettled in the U.S.?
I think it took 8 years.
8 years. But didn't your mom have an emergency?
There are many people who have been here there are people who have been there for 20 years.
Yeah.
20.
My God.
Yeah, 15, 20, 22.
People I work with,
they continue to give you
people I work with here in the US, they have been in refugee camps for 20 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And there are some stories we've had, it's just the corrupt part, and then it's just a long story.
Yeah.
Wow, it's unbelievable.
So when you were resettled, did you immediately come to Erie, or did you go to another city first?
I think we just came here directly.
To Erie?
Directly to Erie? How did you guys come here? Did you fly?
Yeah, fly to Brussels.
So from Uganda?
Detroit, and here.
Uganda, Brussels, Detroit, and then Erie?
Uganda, Brussels, New York.
New York.
Detroit, then Erie.
Okay.
How long ago was that? How long have you been in Erie?
We reached here 30th May.
May 30th
of this year?
Of this year.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That's very recent. And how do you like Erie so far? For both of you?
Me, I feel move a lot. I think it's quiet.
Quiet, yeah.
People are friendly. I didn't think that friendly.
You don't think that they're
I
friendly?
didn't think that they're
Oh,
that
you
friendly.
didn't.
I
Uh-huh.
thought they aren't that friendly. I used to go to Sheraton Hotel and sit alone,
Uh-huh.
not talk to anyone. But I met some people. Then we talked. Then they took me to church. Yeah.
Uh-huh. What about your mom? What does she think about eating? What do you think about eating?
Even when I was young.
Iko mzuri tu, naikala iko bien tu, iko mzuri, lakini ubambie kwanza ile yenyewe nitasema. Hii mambo ya kazi njoo yenyewe kuna tushangaza. Ubambie ile. Sasa banaweza kusemea hiyo batu itasaidia hata benye batakia nyuma jinyo.
The only thing, okay,
Yenyewe si furahi.
on her part, that she doesn't like that the jobs part, because
The jobs.
you know, like she thinks people should be given jobs, most especially refugees should be given jobs according to their medical conditions
Yeah.
and according to their age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's not
I mean,
in Erie, no. There's not much.
it's not that considered a lot.
Yeah.
Plus, I think it's because it's a small town and it doesn't have that many opportunities, I think.
Okay.
That's why. But
So you haven't been able to find a job yet?
She was given a choice of a job that you know, Erie Cotton.
Erie what?
Erie Cotton.
No. What is that?
It's mostly it's all about packaging clothes and cutting clothes.
Okay.
Okay.
So I mean, if you lady more on us men, we package clothes mostly, and then ladies they cut clothes. So you have to cut like 800 pounds per day,
Na kusimama.
and it's like 8 hours standing.
Wow.
At 51.
Yeah, and with your
And-
medical issues, that doesn't really work very well.
No.
Yeah.
And what about you? Do you go to school here or do you work?
I'm working.
You're working?
Yeah, I finished high school. Maybe next year I will maybe start. I'll shift to work I'll get a job working at night, so that I can maybe do the GED classes for maybe for 2 months or 3 months. Then I can be able to go for college.
Yeah. And then are you planning to go to college around Erie or move somewhere else?
I don't know. I mean, whenever I get the opportunity.
What about food? What do you think about food
In
here?
Erie,
Yeah.
In Erie.
the supermarket food sometimes it expires. That's the only thing. I mean, we get worried about.
Really?
The food expiring, but we haven't faced the issue though. We've had people complaining about them. I mean, they went to the supermarket and bought so many chickens, and then they expire.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Like chicken in cans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is it different, the food here from Uganda or
No, not so different.
not so different?
Because you go to African shops and then you can be
Okay.
able to get the African food.
No.
You go
Okay.
to Nepali people,
They have all that.
same
You know.
kind of African food, more of vegetables, more of natural food.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I rarely. I think I eat one per month.
One per month.
That's good.
That's good.
healthy.
Do you have some?
Let's-
I think I should turn to being a vegetarian soon.
Me too, man. Me too.
I'm vegetarian.
Do you have family that is resettled somewhere else, or do you have family that is in Uganda, or
No.
no? It's just you guys, just you and your mom.
I have a sister and a brother. They're in Congo.
They're in Congo still. They're younger or older?
I'm the youngest.
You're the youngest, and okay.
Yeah. Do they have hopes of ever coming to the U.S. or is it just not?
We've never got a
possible?
chance to be in touch with them.
Still?
Well, I'm really sorry to hear that.
Is there any way you guys can get in touch?
I wish. I'm wishing. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
How long has it been?
Since we
Since
left
you-
Congo,
Wow.
it's almost going to 9 years.
Well, hopefully you'll get the chance to find out what they're doing and all of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that. I think that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, I think people think that, like, oh, refugee families are coming here, like you said, to steal jobs or something, but they just don't have any concept of, like, the struggles that you've been through.
I have some
Yeah.
people, like I have some friends.
Yeah.
Sometimes they talk to me and tell me, I'm passing through this. Then I listen, and in my heart I'm like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what do you think you're passing through? Because you've talked. I mean, because most people feel like, okay, I have a big problem. I have my issues in life, but most people feel like because they have expressed their issue to the world, they feel like it's the hardest issue ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Most people face hard things,
Yeah.
and they don't even get the courage to express them out.
Yeah.
But we really appreciate you guys for opening up to us and telling a little bit of your experience, because it's very helpful for the community in Erie, at Allegheny, and all,
and creating awareness.
and all of that, to create awareness that this is an actual, it's an issue. And
Yeah, it's all. I mean, it's all about hidden stories,
it's all about hidden stories.
and then the experience.
Yeah.
And to me, I feel like refugees encourage people. Because if someone had a smaller problem and they tell you my problem,
And then
they'll be like,
they realize that their problem is not even a problem considered to yours.
Yeah.
Someone says, some people say, I grew up without a mother. You grew up with a father.
Yeah,
Some people never even seen their father and their mother.
Yeah.
that's true. But, all right.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time and being willing to share with us. Do you have anything else that you want to add or say?
Not really, but if you want to talk about more refugees, if you want anything to ask,
Yeah.
you can ask me.
You have our email address. Shoot us. Do you have an email?
Yep.
Shoot us an email. Send us an email.
Okay, if you want to know anything, you can write
Yeah.
No, but you send us an email so we know that
Oh, okay.
we have your
Or I
email.
can write it down.
Oh, you can write it down.
Yeah, do you want to
Yeah.
write it down? And yeah, I'd like to hear more too about what you did with the NGO you were talking about. So if you want to write down the name of that too, I'd
The
really
NGO?
appreciate it.
Okay, I can write
Yeah.
it down.
All right.